Alright, welcome to the video about finding your niche. Of course, this is the first step in the process because until we have a niche, we can't really move too much forward. So I'm just going to walk you through a couple steps on a couple good ways to find a niche, a couple ways I use, and then a couple tips on what kind of niche to choose, what kind of niche not to choose. Alright, so let's get started. First off, let's start with a couple ideas. I usually recommend you really want to choose something that you're interested in, because when it comes down to it, you're going to be writing a lot of content for your site. You're going to be doing a lot of research, finding information about your niche, finding affiliate programs if you want to go that route. And because you're going to have to do all that stuff, you really want it to be something you enjoy. If it's something you have no interest in and you have to write, 25, 30 articles about the niche, you're going to get bored. You're not going to enjoy it, and we're all doing this to make a little money, but we want to enjoy it too. So I really suggest you choose something that you're interested in, something you enjoy, and even something you already have some knowledge of. I want to go over a couple bad ideas for trying to find a niche. The first thing is don't look for an undiscovered niche, because quite honestly, they've all been found. Anything you can think of, somebody's tried to build a website on. You really aren't going to find a niche that is undiscovered and never been found. And secondly, if you are able to find a niche that you really see no one else trying to attack, the chances are there's no demand for it. And if there's no demand, you're not going to get people coming to your site. You're going to have no traffic, and that's going to basically lead to not being able to monetize the site with AdSense. Secondly, like I just mentioned, don't look for a niche with no competition, because to be quite honest, in most cases, no competition usually equals no demand. If nobody's attacking that niche, chances are someone has in the past and they haven't been able to make money with it, so they kind of gave it up. So if you see no competition, chances are there's no demand, and if there's no demand, people aren't buying, and you're not going to be able to make any money off of it. I also want to talk about the market size. Especially when you're just starting out, don't try to jump into some huge market and huge niche, because there's going to be way too much competition. If you're interested in sports, let's say you want to make a site on golf. Well, if you just go after the niche of golf, which really isn't a niche, but if you go after it, you're going to have way too much competition, too many people you're trying to go up against, and you're really going to struggle. And on the opposite end of that spectrum, don't go for something so tiny. You want to make sure there's interest in it, and if you choose some microscopic niche, you're going to have such a small audience, it's going to be almost impossible to get good traffic and be able to make a decent amount of money with it. So don't go chasing after some tiny little niche that you find. And this may seem like common sense and not real good advice, but you want to find the middle ground. You want to find something where there's enough traffic and enough people interested to be able to get good traffic to your site, and also to the point where there's not a ton of competition, which will allow you to really go after that niche and be able to be successful in it. So you really want to try to find that middle ground. So now we want to figure out, well, where do we find a niche? You may have some ideas in your head already, but chances are you want to do a little more research into it and try to find a niche. One place I love to look is on eBay. And on eBay, there's a couple ways to be able to find a niche. One of my favorite ways is if you go just to eBay's main page here at ebay.com and scroll down a little, and we're going to go to eBay Pulse. Now what eBay Pulse is it's a listing of the most popular searches that eBay has. And you can see on the front page of eBay Pulse here, they list some of the popular searches. Xbox 360, iPod, Halloween. At the time I'm making this, Halloween is the next holiday, I guess not really holiday, but the next event coming up. And these right here aren't going to give you too much perspective, but what we want to do is go up to categories. Now they'll break it down into different categories, and then they'll give you the most popular searches in those categories. So for example, let's say we're interested in consumer electronics. That's something you enjoy, you want to go for. If you click on that, it'll take you to the most popular searches under that category. And now as soon as that comes up, I'll show you what we have here. And now it breaks down a little more. We still have iPod, of course, because that's consumer electronics. But we also have Macintosh, the iPod Nano. We have a couple here which I'm not even sure what they are. If you're into this, you may. Then you can also click on it. We'll look at the Krell, and it looks like they make home theater systems. And you can tell if it's on this front page, a lot of people are searching for it, so that's might be something you want to look into if you're interested. But now if we also drill down in consumer electronics, it breaks it into categories under that main category. So now you can go even farther, and let's say you're interested in car electronics. We can go to that, and now it breaks it down a little more. Looks like the most popular car electronic on eBay is Pioneer, and then Alpine, Eclipse, Kenwood. So there you can get some good ideas of what people are actually searching for. And the beauty of looking on eBay Pulse is these are things people are searching for on eBay because they want to buy. If you're looking at popular searches on search engines, it's not always people looking for stuff they want to buy. Maybe they're just looking for information, doing research. But here on eBay, if somebody's searching on eBay, chances are they're looking to buy something. And then we can always go back to the main page, and let's look at a different one. Let's say you're interested. Let's take a look at crafts. And we can drill down on that, and it'll give us the top searches under the crafts. It comes up Stampin' Up. Many of you into scrapbooking probably know what that is. I know a few people who are pretty big into that. It just breaks down into some categories. There's some stuff under here. Physics, I'm not really sure what that is. Rubber stamps, that would probably be a good niche to attack. There's definitely a lot of people interested in that sort of stuff. So that's kind of eBay Pulse. It'll give you some ideas of what people are actually searching for, and they're searching for those things because they want to buy, which is a great way to find a good niche. Another